Welcome back, back,
Hello.
back, back, back again to Five
Bags and designer
Designer
tags.
Tag. We didn't want you to
Today,
forget the name.
right. Today we are doing Drag Race episodes
Canada.
1 and 2. And I was watching Yuha's show, Bootleg Review, and she was saying that the reason they didn't call it RuPaul's Drag Race Canada was because Canada's trademarked or something like that. So I was like, it's
Smart.
interesting.
Canada be bringing in that money. Why they don't got the
But it's just
like
but
US.
I don't understand why it couldn't have been light just turned off. I don't understand why it couldn't have been why can't RuPaul's name been in it though still?
Canada Drag Race.
Like
Maybe?
Canada's RuPaul's Drag Race by RuPaul. I don't know. I just need RuPaul's name in there some way though.
I don't know.
But like I said, but like I was telling Shane, like no shade, RuPaul did not show his face because it really just breaks down to he does not think Canada is cute. He don't like it. He don't want to go there. He's like, it's cold. I don't feature it. I don't like it. I'm
I
not going.
understand like why he didn't do Drag Race like Thailand, language barrier, probably a million cultural things that were,
That too.
not understood. But I'm like, Canada, I'm like, girl, it ain't that far. You're only gonna be there for like 10 weeks.
That's true. He's actually closer to Canada than he was when he went to the UK.
Right? Yeah, being up there in Montana.
But like I said, the reason he did UK is because, like I said, Michelle is really big in the UK, and she probably pushed for him to go there.
Right.
Whereas like Canada, he's just like, well, I don't have any links to it. I don't have anyone there who's really a big deal. Like, just let
Michelle's ass didn't try to get in on this.
But yeah, she should have hosted it. That would have been more cute.
So, yeah, I like the host. It's interesting to see the three of them and the guest host and how.
I don't know how I feel about that though. But we'll get into that.
I feel that Brooklyn is the strongest. Brooklyn Heights is the strongest.
Honestly, it could have just been Brooklyn. Brooklyn could have just been the actual host, and the other two could have been the Carson and the Michelle.
That's what I'm saying, or was trying to communicate. Okay, let's get into it. The way we got a lot of ground to cover today. So let me get the PowerPoint open. We had to restart. We had some troubles.
Yes, and we're getting into it. Let's start by introducing these queens, honeys. We're not going to remember their names, you guys, so forgive us. It's going to take a while before we get all their names.
Yeah, overall, we're not that thoroughly impressed with this whole thing. So these girls are not the most memorable. I'm not even saying that as a read. They just are not. So, yeah, like Ronald said, we may be like the one, I don't even know, the one from Ontario.
Bitch, if I say the Indian one, don't be fucking mad at me.
All right, so here's Priyanka, who is an Indian queen. She used to be a children's television show host, which was interesting. The most interesting thing about her was she wore her name all over.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting because it's like I can't recall of any queens that ever entered with text, and you would think that's in like the most like go-to like illusion that you would want to wear when entering for the first time for people to remember your name. And I can't remember anyone even doing that.
We'll talk about it later, but they were like, "Oh, you were so good in the acting challenge," and I was like, "Were we watching the same thing?"
Oh, that acting challenge was hard to watch, but we'll talk about that.
You know what? We've got a lot to ground to cover there, so let's just wait.
Yeah.
Okay, Alona Verily, who is an Indigenous Canadian queen. I don't really know that much about the Indigenous people of Canada, but it was interesting because she gave me more like a Northern British, Scottish vibe. But we liked her outfit.
I think it's no shade like her teeth. Like, I'm not being funny.
Oh, yeah. And that's probably another reason why she's reading British Scottish, because she's definitely got those British teeth.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, Kiara. You kind of feeling like she's the low budget Naomi.
Yeah, she's like the low budget Naomi Smalls.
I just love this little
younger version too
outfit she's giving you.
Space in a pinch, you would wear that. That's why.
Right, space to watch. Well, I want to make it look like a cancer.
I thought that was a fine entrance illusion. What did you think?
It was all right. Like I said, it was like they came.
It's nothing memorable. But again, this is the first one. See, I'm harder on All Stars because I expect you to have more of a budget. Yeah. But for like your very first Drag Race, I'm gonna be more lenient because no one has the resources like that.
Okay, Juice Box, which I really loved her. I really loved her energy. I loved her storyline.
Well, I'm surprised you think that because that's an illusion that if you take away the feathers, that's something Miss Derek Barry would have came in.
I hate Derek Barry. I love Juice Box. End of story. Derek annoys me because I'm gonna only talk about this for 30 to 45 seconds because I'm sick of talking about Derek.
No, she's not. Here she goes.
So Derek is always like, I put myself in a Britney box and I'm only known for Britney and I want to be known for it. But yet she does that every single time. So it's like, bitch, don't say one thing and then do another. You know,
No, you're right.
Juicebox came as a fully realized person. You really saw.
She did. I like Juicebox.
You know, she's an adult, and there were very few adults in this room, and that's why I think I really.
And quite frankly, I would say he's the cutest boy, or was the cutest boy of the season. And
I like that little kind of much music look she was giving you. It was very, Sugar Babes, 05 of its time.
Wait, what are you talking about?
The look for that she got chopped for on the first time.
Oh, okay. Now you got to get red to pilfer. When we get there.
Well, let's get there.
We'll get there.
Okay.
I can't agree with you there.
Anastasia Anaquay. Do you think I
this
pronounced
is actually kind because if you just look at the intricate details, like the hat and then the color blocking of the white part underneath is cute to matching of the white. So I'm actually really into it.
This is line for line Mayhem Miller when she did that John Benet Ramsey.
No, bitch. This is different than Mayhem Miller. This is actually more elevated. Huh?
Because she did the chops?
I mean, maybe, but I mean, honestly, something as small as that is helpful. And it's a print. It just looks more elevated. And that long moment to giving you train, it's more elevated than Mayhem. It's better. It's a better story because the chaps tie into the cowboy hat. It's more elevated than Mayhem. That's what Mayhem wanted to be.
Oh. For the sake of time, I'm gonna just let this one pass.
Bitch, don't be coming for these drag queens when you did that resurgence of you in drag and you had the nerve to wear that ill-fitting smock and with no titties, bitch.
I had titties. Rude.
You're gonna make me put up the picture for the people.
Okay. Lemon, I have mixed feelings about. Personally, she really annoys me, but the looks are good and
that's
the
kind of look.
Overall personality is good.
That's
good
cute.
Performance.
Her name is Lemon. She came in head to toe yellow.
Yeah.
Come on, bitch, and that's a train.
Yeah. She definitely has a little emerging brand going.
And you should like her. She's a ballet queen.
Oh, I was just gonna not talk about that. So she kept saying, I went to the best dance school in the country. I went to the best dance school in the country. And I was like, well, is she from SAB, School of American Ballet? Did she go to Juilliard? So I kept being like, because she wouldn't mention it. I was like, well, maybe, for legal reasons.
Yeah.
She didn't want to say Juilliard. And then she was like, oh, I was in the Alvin Ailey summer program.
See, no, but don't be reading Alvin Ailey, bitch.
Oh, no, I'm not saying anything negative about it. I love Alvin Ailey. Alvin Ailey is an icon. Judith Jameson. I'm not saying anything about that. I would not consider Alvin Ailey the best dance program in the country. So it is definitely of the top 10. Well, I'll say this.
Well, I don't think she said the best. I think she said one of. Or did she
I'll say this. It is the top 5 of modern in the United States. I'll definitely give it that. But I thought she really went to a very multifaceted school. That is just it's modern dance and it's an African dance and it's one style of dance by one choreographer. So it's one zeitgeist. So
why you gotta hate black people? Why you gotta hate the black people?
No, it's not about that at all. Because
I'm just kidding, bitch.
I don't want this to come off like I have any disrespect for Alvin Ailey because he is
No, I know. I'm just giving you shit.
But I'm just saying, I thought she was working the way she made it sound like she was working with William Forsythe and Balanchine had come back from the grave to work with her. And I was like, that was the program? That was the program you went to. That you're like,
but I mean, no, but I mean, it shit ain't no fucking Hayward dance school or something, bitch. It's still I think that's what she mean. It's still
I'll
a cut
just
school.
say this. Madonna went to the same dance program, so we'll leave it at that. Did Madonna make it as a main stage professional dancer? No.
But she can dance, though.
She can. She can. That's it. We weren't going to do tangents today, remember? That's why.
I know, it's hard for us to not go on tangents.
Okay, Scarlet Bobo. How do you feel?
You know who she reminds me of? She reminds me of Detox.
Yeah. Every queen is kind of like the version of an American queen,
For sure. She looks like Detox's low budget cousin as well.
They had a lot of originality on the show.
I don't mind her. I guess it's her character, so I kind of don't mind it. I guess it's fine. The illusion could be more big, but then at the same time, like I said earlier, you can't expect too much from them coins wise. So I think it's fine. But honestly, that is something you would just slay in a drag performance at a club, not necessarily an entrance look, but it's still fine.
Anywhere from to the cafe to Abby to the monster, you know. Pick any.
But like I said, we can't take away too much points. It like a lot of the times these girls have like shit. They sometimes could even, for all we know, they have like 2 weeks to get it together. We don't know what the tea is,
that's true.
So we can't be too hard on them for coins.
She was all right.
So yeah, like
to whip it. Hein, that was her name.
Yes, Hein. She tried it.
Do you want me to go in and do it now or later?
Just do it when we get to the challenge, I guess. I mean, to the runway.
Can't even discuss it.
But if we're gonna just a runway aside, entrance worthy or entrance illusion wise, what is it giving you? I would say it's fine too.
She is blacklisted to me. She does not exist in my world any longer. I will never go to see her. I will never speak her name. She is like dead to me. That's how strongly I feel about her and her bratty behavior.
But the illusion on its own, though.
Like I said, I don't even want to discuss it because I dislike her that much. I don't want to talk about it. Don't want to talk about it. Because see, this is the problem. And okay, short tangent.
Here we go.
When you give these people like Jeffree Star or Shane Dawson or all the Tati or James Charles that are all fighting over all this nonsense, it's the same thing with this girl. The social media builds you up and it puts these people in these.
I know, but like I was telling you before, though, I think a good portion of it is when you're a drag queen that's getting so much success and you're 21 only. I kind of wanted to chalk it up to age because I was telling her like when you're 21, can't nobody tell you that you're not sickening. And I do honestly feel like if you were in that position too, you may not have been as bitchy about it, but I feel like you would have went back to Untucked and been like, I don't know what the fuck they talking about. I'm sickening because that's how you are, bitch. And I just feel like, and at least at 21.
If I was
when you're 21, you can't take critique well, and I feel like you definitely couldn't take critique well either, huh?
If I was Brooklyn Lynn Heights, I would have slapped her in the face on camera and been like, "It was a good gig. Bye, see y'all." That's what I would have done.
I don't know. I really want to say it's because when you're like that age, it's just like can't nobody tell you. Especially when you kind of have like the validation of like so many YouTube followers. So like she's thinking she's sickening. I think
really hope she loses followers, and I really hope she has a real come to Jesus moment that really tests who she is and her true spirit.
But I think a lot of the times though, like young queens just tend to be like overly confident, and when they get critique, they don't know how to handle it well. And I feel like you would have probably been somewhat similar too. You may not have lashed out on stage, but you would have felt a type of way.
Don't ever give me that saggy vagina look that she brought me with that jumpsuit and tell me you're the fiercest thing that ever came across the drag stage in the,
Well, I can't disagree to that, but when we get to her, we'll speak on that more.
So let's just pause there because I can go on for another hour. I'm you today. I'm the one who's got a lot to say.
I know, she's the tangent queen today.
A bitch on arrival.
Bitch on arrival. Another bitch she's giving us a body shape.
Yeah, I like this little cow, moment she had. She's very
the udders are cute.
I love when she was like, I don't death drop.
I don't do any of it. Well, no, she was listing all the things that she was like, I don't do any of that. I was like, yes,
set it up so well.
Yeah, that's a good entrance. Yeah, because none of the other taglines were really memorable. And also, Bo is a cute name. Bitch on arrival, that's a cute name.
We'll talk about her walk later, but I feel like there's more coming with the backstory for the comics because these girls cannot runway walk for shit on this program.
I know.
Yeah, so there.
Well, I mean, see, that's another reason why I think RuPaul was just like, no, like not to go on a tangent, but this is another reason why I think RuPaul was just like, Canada's not late. It's like he was like, Canada is like, for lack of a better word, late. And if you guys don't know what late means, go watch her slang video. But I think RuPaul was just like, let's see it for Canada because like he went to the UK because the UK has like, I don't want to say more culture, but I want to say more at least a little bit more pop culture. But when you think of Canada, you don't think of that many like
Well,
celebrities and that much pop culture. You know what I mean?
the UK is a very, very small country in terms of like mass, in terms of actual land
Yeah,
size.
but like a lot
So
of
it's very
celebrities came out of there. You know what I mean?
right. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, a lot of it's still. I mean, it's colonialism at its best.
Yeah.
Everything white modern culture comes from like Europe, British,
Mhm.
France,
Yeah,
Germany.
but I just also feel like they just kind of have like just a little bit
Well,
more of like a pop culture.
what I was saying is that Canada is a large country, like it's
Mhm.
large mass, and the majority of it's frozen over. So these queens are very disconnected, and we haven't even really talked about. It's going to be interesting how they get the French culture of Canada with the English speaking culture of Canada, and how they're going to meld that in.
No, but then that just plays to my point though. Even with it being so much bigger though, it doesn't have the same kind of reach as like, because like I'm not even
Well,
talking just
that's
like
because
about
of
their own like
density.
what they
That's
have. I'm
what
just
I'm
talking
saying.
about like what's like I'm just talking about like people who are able to recognize that came from Canada. Like when you think of Canada, for me, I just think of like Drake, and it's like and like Meghan Markle. I'm just saying like big celebrities, like not huge. You don't think of that many huge celebrities from Canada, so you kind of don't
Well,
like. And then
Meghan
even
Markle
just
is
like
from
and then
LA.
even just like music, huh?
Meghan Markle is from LA.
I thought she's not from Canada
She spent a lot of time in Canada filming
for the
Suits.
show. Oh, she's not actually from there.
She's not
Oh, well, I'm
actually from
noted.
there. She just
Never mind.
enjoyed.
Well, see, so then just Drake. It's literally just
I
Drake.
just
No, I'm
had
just kidding.
a
No, but don't get me wrong. I'm not taking away from Canada because like a lot of great shows
yeah,
have came from
no doubt.
Canada. Like Degrassi was made in Canada. That was
Yeah,
one of the first few gay
I
shows. But I'm just saying, like as a whole, like you don't think of like pop culture and like a lot of
yeah,
celebrities when you think of it. So I think it's like even though like a lot of those UK celebrities that are big here, they came here and that's why they're big once they got here.
exactly.
But I'm just saying like it's still hard to like think and associate Canada with like big celebrities and pop culture. So I think that's why the queens like that's why like it's harder for them to like really like I don't know like and that's probably why I feel like RuPaul was just like I don't want to go there because it's just like there's nothing there kind of. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know.
Okay, Rita Baga. It's interesting because she's only 32 and she reads like a 50-year-old queen to me. Like with this makeup, and it's just so like
I know shit.
I'm the grand dame.
I really sometimes say they lie about their age.
Oh, you think she's older?
I really would not because I mean like they're not gonna fact check you and if you tell them your age I don't think they're gonna be like let me see your ID like
Girl, I think after Miss Catfish, Sherry Pie, I think they're doing a deep background check.
well this was filmed like probably around the same time as Miss Catfish.
Girl,
so they didn't know to start checking. I really do because there's been a few queens who I'm just like there's no way that's your age. Huh?
84. It's gonna come out the Tempest du Jour is 84. After these background checks go through, because they probably checking the old girls to make sure no shit come out from back in the day.
Well, now they're probably checking it. No, I feel like they probably I mean they probably do have your ID, but I feel like they might just be like if you want to say a different age, I don't think they're gonna trip about it. I don't know.
They do have to fill out all the paperwork. So
Yeah, but I think if they'd be like I think if they're just like, girl, can I just say I'm 33 instead of 34?
yeah, I guess.
Like I feel like they might just be like, okay, fine.
Right. Jimbo. When Jimbo first came in, I was like, oh, here's the Tammy.
Now
Brown.
this is the one who I thought read older though, because she doesn't look like 37 to me. She looks like 42. Huh?
Yeah, she's younger than me.
That's the gag.
Yeah.
But I suppose I could see the two of you in the same circle. I'm just kidding.
You better quit while you're ahead. You know who controls the Zoom. I'll end this right now.
I'm just
like rude. But I was like, oh, she's gonna annoy me. But I actually ended up kind of loving
she's
her
a gag
because this cast is very young. They're very, very young. They're very Gen Z, and the Gen Z can really get on my nerves. So I like that she was more like fully realized. She's really been at this a long time. So, and her looks really stunned. They were very good.
I'm trying to think who can we equate her to.
I think she's kind of a mix between Tammy Brown and like Sharon Needles. Like if Sharon Needles and Tammy Brown had a baby.
Yeah, I could see that.
Really weird.
I could see that.
And I like that he was kind of like normal out of drag, but it was like it was such a put on character.
Right.
So I think Jimbo actually really probably is the most interesting out of any of them. And I love
I like it. It's a new perspective on drag.
And I love this little Western shirt. And this is incredible. This that illusion's
cute.
This little Minnie Mouse.
She's one to watch for sure. It's a new take.
Balenciaga Gesquier outfit.
Right.
Tainomi Banks. Oh, I didn't realize she was so much older. I didn't realize she was 38. I thought she was younger.
She looks young, honey.
So,
well, you know what? She instantly reminded me of Tyra Sanchez. And it's funny that her name is also that kind of like Tyra play too.
I get it, but I just feel like that whole like I want to be Beyonce thing is so played out,
I know. Well, that's true.
So, and that's why I'm saying there was nothing wrong, but it's just like, girl, it's been done, and it's like, yeah, I realize the Canadian audience may not have seen this before.
Well, that's what I'm saying too. Like, I feel like they're kind of like, they're behind on like pop culture. That's what I was saying. That was like my point. Like I feel like they're a little bit behind. They're not as like
so late. You should just title this damn episode "Late Canada Drag Race."
I know. I just don't think they're like, and it's not a bad thing. They're not on the same level as us as pop culture. So and then I feel like they're just actually like kind of like behind with as far as like references and stuff. I mean, of course they're gonna know it, but I just don't feel like they're just not as progressive.
You act like they're living in Iceland, like they're
I know.
years behind.
But I'm just saying, like they're just not on this. They're not running at the same speed as us to keep up. So it's like, I don't know.
Yeah,
well, they're not running at the same speed as us, and they also don't have the same kind of like resources within their own community to pull from that are like huge celebrities, and it's evident within the judges. For example, both of those judges were like, "Who the fuck is that?" And they're big there, but they haven't transcended to around the world.
Right,
you see what I mean?
Worldwide fame. Yeah, no, I get that.
That's
you
my
also have to remember it's the first season. We had like Merle Ginsburg and like Santito or whatever his name was. First season. I worked with Merle Ginsburg at a magazine. It's like that wasn't that hard of a get. Trust me. Okay, so Stacey, her name is Stacey Ferguson. Is that right?
Oh, I have no clue. I don't know her like that. I just remember from Top Model. I don't know her last name.
And she also is the host of Canada's Next Top Model, Brooklyn Heights, as a man here.
But I kind of was just like, do we need her there? I guess she's bringing a perspective of runway and all of that, but
it's like the first season of Drag Race. I think they're just really experimenting.
I guess she's playing the Michelle role of bringing like a cis woman in. So,
and then what's Jeffrey's last name?
I don't know his last name either.
And then
I'm not named Fish like that. I don't know people's last names, but
two sizes too small jacket.
Yeah, and the turtleneck is 2 sizes too small.
Right, because he's so cute. So it's so. I'm like, ooh, where was the style?
Yeah, he's cute. What do you think of Brooklyn's Boy Illusion?
I've seen cisgender men at a wedding dress better than this, so I don't understand, because he's such a handsome man and I'm such a fan, why they couldn't like pull a little Epstein, Klein and Parker. I mean, anybody would have loaned him a suit.
It's just a little bit drab. I get where he was going with it though. I think it can be
it looks
if you
like
tuck the shirt in.
If
the shirt was tucked in, huh?
Yeah, I don't know what the Canadian equivalent of Macy's is, but that's what it looks like. I mean, it's just...
But you see, again, this is all part of the things. Like, they're not, like, they have a fashion week as well, too, but they're just not moving at the same pace as us as far as fashion as well. Like, there's just everything. They're not moving at the same pace, huh?
I mean, Brooklyn is one of the top Drag Race girls. I mean, this, even as a man, this was, he could have done better than this.
I know, but still, like, but then even like what Stacey is wearing too, it's very like, it's not now. You know what I mean? Like,
she probably doesn't have somebody doing her wardrobe. She's probably just wearing her own clothes or.
No, bitch, they have a team there. It's not that bootleg.
I won't be too sure. Okay, so then they did this snow challenge, which actually the pictures turned out pretty good considering. They did. Not too much to say on that. Okay, so then I did not know Alicia Cuthbert was still working.
I don't know who that is. I still don't know. And I wasn't, she didn't interest me enough to look her up either. Huh?
She had a few like hit movies, in like my day when I was in my 20s, like we ran.
And she's Canadian Fish.
Yeah, Canadian Fish, but probably she did a few American movies. Like my friend who I lived in my Fire Island house used to manage her. At the magazines we like.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's hard. For some reason, those celebrities that are big there, they just don't transcend around the world for some reason.
Well, girl, they weren't gonna get Alanis Morissette to do the first episode, or like Ryan Reynolds.
I know, but I'm just saying like that's how like different than it is from like the UK, because like so there's actually we're at a point now where like UK actors are almost running the awards and running all getting everything.
Yeah,
because I'm just like, wait, that person.
yeah, I was happy. At least
UK?
she first got some work. I was like, oh, good, she could pay the mortgage this month. Good for her.
Well, yeah.
You know.
What do you think of that structure, though? I think it's so weird to have them come out and play RuPaul
little,
and then introduce guests that we've been seeing and talking through the whole episode.
Who to your eye is supposed to go to, because we're so used to the American Drag Race format, and like Ru's the star. Everything around it doesn't matter who's there. Thandie Newton, Miley Cyrus, Lady Gaga. Ru is the star of that show. You know, no matter what. So yeah, you don't know. I mean, I think just because Brooklyn's the most interesting person to me, I always go to him or her, you know, whichever.
Yeah, well, I just think it's weird because the host then comes and introduces people who we've been talking to the whole episode. So it's like, we already know who the fuck they are. Why are you introducing them?
They're just trying stuff. So then, Brooklyn takes a note from RuPaul and does sort of most of the episode as a man, and then comes out in drag. She looks incredible.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's kind of making himself the RuPaul by doing this too, coming in drag.
Stacey got a lot of hairdos for 1 week, I'll tell you that. So she's giving
for 1 week?
For 1 week, because she's giving you the cornrows here, and then she was giving you like a half cornrow and a half afro puff. So
true.
And then
black girls switch their hair up, honey.
Yeah, and then this is better for Jeffrey. Yeah, I'll never.
It still looks like it's from Macy's, though.
Yeah,
and the Macy's collections.
Yeah,
not the designers.
That may have been all who laundered over. I mean, remember Carson when he was on?
We'll speak on Carson too, but I was watching Carson on a little clip of him because he recently did what's Celebrity Feud, but he did it like the queer guys, like the old and new.
Oh, that's fun. I didn't know.
Yeah,
that.
You should watch that one. It's pretty much a gag. But I was just like, I had like a light bulb in my head. I was just like, Carson sure does wear a lot of cheap suits.
Think about it. You can only really wear them once. You'll be clocked. You know, there's so many social media.
You can get a cute illusion from ASOS though. He looks like I guess it's more so that he looks like a polyester queen.
You always do this. Girl, she is on cable. She ain't making that much money.
ASOS is cheaper than where she gets it from. Remember when on Family Feud, the other one that she did, Steve asked her where it was from, and she said, "What's that?" Huh? Macy's. No, but it's a designer though.
It's like a designer.
Ellie Tahari. Wasn't it Ellie Tahari?
No. It's I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember the name of it for life in me.
Or Tahari Orange or something.
No, it wasn't even that elevated. It was like... No,
it was Tahari, because I gagged.
It's like one of those Macy's brands that's produced by Macy's. It's not anything like secondary.
Oh, well, either way, whatever that brand is comparable to the prices of ASOS. So I was like, get you something more streamlined, because she just has a tendency to look tacky, and I'm expecting more for her, having been the fashion queen in the past. And what it is, though, and I think it's like, you might be careful, too, because you might end up like that, too, and I'm just kidding. But, I feel like a lot of times older queens, they don't want to adapt to
the
current times. So she's dressing how she
always forget too that like how many like focus groups there are for these things and people in your series. You know, the times that I've done talking head stuff for like E or like something of that nature, like in LA or New York, if I wear like maybe like what I wore on one of the episodes, if I wore like a white button down with like a really chic, silk scarf, they'll be like, they're like, no, you can't wear that. You can't wear white. You can't do this. You can't do that.
No, I know, I get it, but I know, I get it too. There's a way to merge the two, but you also need to be, especially being someone who's supposed to be the fashion guru, or at least once was, we need to be able to look at you and be inspired and not look dated. And she always looks dated. So I'm sure she styles herself, I'd imagine. One can hope. But if someone else styles her, they need to get slapped. But it's just like, you need to be able to look at them, and they need to not only be current, they need to tell a story of what today is too. So I get that she's an older queen and she feels more comfortable in certain things, but I'm not saying that all of a sudden wear something that the kids are wearing.
Budget,
but
you act like they have some sort of Jimmy Fallon, Seth Meyers budget, for all this stuff. I mean,
Shane, I don't have a huge budget, and I'll put together a look from ASOS. It's as stylists, it's what we do. Right. So she's considered a stylist too. So it's what she does. So there's no excuse.
But this is the thing. I'm just playing the other side of the coin here. Is that if you went in, let's say, Yeah, you were doing some talking head stuff for logo, or you were
Okay.
doing talking head stuff for E. If you went in with the illusions that you pump to your normal jobs that I see you in, they would be like, no, you can't wear that because it's not women
Um,
enough. It's not this.
well,
It's
see,
not
that's the
that.
thing about me though. But see, here's the thing about me. I adapt to every illusion. I have a sense of style that I like most. But I think that's in fact that if I had to describe my aesthetic in one word, I would say it's transformative. That would be the word, because I'm able to transform into anything. So I have a style that I like, but I actually I do a lot of things. Like when you saw me, I was wearing kind of like the gay cliche tank top, and that's not what you would think of me, right? But I like to play with illusions. I like to switch it up.
'Cause,
So
yeah,
my
I
point
think,
is,
of course, I think what you wear is like very chic, and I love, seeing your looks. But I'm just saying, when it's TV and there's all these parameters, it just changes the vibe from being kind of like truly chic to kind of what people wear on television.
I know, but the thing, okay, but the thing is, what he wears on television, he's giving you kind of like a '90s movie gay that one's that's gonna come in, yes, honey,
Well,
and
girl,
like he's
that's
giving
who
you
he
what they
is.
would wear. So if anything, if you're going on Steve Harvey, wouldn't that focus group actually tell you to mild it down some and wear just a plain suit? Then, if that's the case, actually,
Oh no, I think they wanted them to, because look at how much play that got on social media and everywhere. Because they were so bold and they were so loud and they were so colorful. So I think that's what they
well,
wanted.
that one. But the one he wore on the one with the battles with the queer guys, but this one was more muted and boring. So I was just like, it was boring. So it was just like you could pick something else. I don't know. I just think like his taste. It becomes more of a thing of taste than it does anything else. That's why my problem with him is sometimes he doesn't. He looks tacky.
Okay. Boy, you went on
But
yet
yes,
another tangent.
I went on one of my
You
tangents.
do
I
with
can't help
Drag
it.
Race Canada.
I know. I can't help it.
We said we weren't going to do this today. We went on two.
Fashion gets me riled up, honey. I
One
can't help
each.
it.
Okay. Oh, what is this girl's name?
Um, shit. I can't remember
Okay.
now.
Well, anyhow, she's giving you this like Montclair vibe.
I'm into it.
Hockey. I was really living for it. Did you like it?
It's one of the. It's. I would. That should have won.
Yeah.
Honestly,
It was good. It was
it's
really.
brilliant. I haven't seen anything like it. It's brilliant.
And then
Well, I mean, I've seen stuff like it, but
who is this? I don't even know. So
no, it's the one who I said looks like Naomi Smalls.
oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
This is interesting about this show because a few things I don't feel like I'm that out of touch with Canada, but a few things are lost in translation. And this was a reference to some province in Canada that I have no familiarity with. So I couldn't tell you whether this was on point or not. Like I like it, like as a kind of like I don't know if it was like a Louisiana challenge in the United States, but I don't know if that's the vibe of
Well,
this.
no, I think that is. I think because they got assigned different. I don't know much about Canada, but what I gathered from the challenges was I think they picked different jurisdictions of Canada and assigned it,
Right.
and I guess that jurisdiction is kind of like the Louisiana of Canada.
Okay, so it fit the bill.
I think it does.
Okay, and then this one that it was kind of like Alicia Cuthbert said, it was a good idea, but the details of it needed to be bigger. So
Okay, hear me out. I didn't think it was that bad.
I didn't think it was. I don't think it was as bad as they made it.
Yeah,
I definitely
like
agree with you there.
I like what she's giving, and I thought she sold it.
So
I
what's
feel like
this
there was
little
more
thing going
offensive
on
ones
the
than that,
side?
to be honest. Huh?
What's this little thing going on the side?
I mean, she has like an unnecessary weird like piece of fabric there. It is weird, but I still don't mind it.
I think if it was bigger, like, like Nina West, like if, even though she's got those big shoulders, she's just a big man, she would still give you like a football linebacker,
Right.
Something sports. So I think that's what it was missing. It was almost dainty.
Because I'm getting kind of like Sailor Moon vibes, which is why I kind of like it too.
Totally, totally. So, yeah, I think it was a little harsh, her critiques.
Yeah, I think it was a harsh critique.
Oh, I liked this. It was so scary.
This is cute. This was refreshing to see.
Yeah, so I'm kind of liking this kind of scary drag, like sort of undertones that,
Yeah.
And I love when like the girls give you just like something on the nipple and no breast. So
I know. I don't mind a flat chest sometimes.
right. And then this, once again, it was like a province thing. Like I couldn't tell you if this
I think this was also one of the little country provinces.
provinces. So yeah, so this worked. How did you feel about that chat being a bell bottom?
I kind of don't mind it.
Okay.
The country is kind of bell bottom. So I kind of don't mind it. What did you want to see? You wanted to see a straight leg?
I don't know how I feel. Maybe I feel like the line could have been better with a straight leg. It would have elongated her a little bit more. I don't hate it.
Yeah, you're right. It would have elongated her though, yeah. But I like how she did bandanas and it's like
Also, the
two
only
different color
thing,
blocks. Huh?
the only criticism I would have is that this is kind of giving me like Mardi Gras, or like.
Well, it's two bandanas.
Oh, okay. So I just can't see it very well. Okay, never
Yeah,
mind.
it's like a little blurry, but yeah, it's two
Yeah,
different colors. She color blocked the bandanas, which I thought was
that's a
cute.
lot of print, though. That's a lot of print. But okay.
It is a lot of print. It's a lot going on. But I mean, I get a country. They're not necessarily known for being refined, so
yeah, I'll give her.
It is giving you a country, so
I'll give her an A- for that.
Well, no, I'll give her a B, but.
Oh.
Okay,
I'm living for this. I just thought this was like so well constructed.
Yeah, this was brilliant. This gets an A.
She could have even did without this boa,
But this is one thing I'll say, and I'll say this for everyone. Everyone should just use this in their everyday life.
Mm-hmm.
When getting ready, simplify.
Yeah.
She didn't need that chopped boa.
Because that looks so cheap.
And yeah, that's so cheap.
It was really good.
Yeah, exactly. It would have just been more crisp lines. And then she also didn't need that tiny hat. It was just unnecessary too.
Let me look at the hat again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
like it does nothing. It's so small, it does nothing.
The fascinators are as popular in Canada.
Oh yeah, there were a lot of fascinators. You're right.
Is that what it is? Because once again.
Oh no, it's a little tiny cowboy hat.
Oh yeah, oh okay, but but it kind of gives a fascinator vibe. Is that?
I know, but it's so small that it's not bringing enough visual impact. You might as well get rid of it.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm loving this. So it was just so.
Well, like Brooklyn said, it's like we shouldn't like it.
Yeah.
But you kind of just do. Like that's kind of how I feel. I'm just like, I shouldn't like it because it looks cheap, but I kind of don't mind it.
Right.
I think she sold it well.
I don't think she got enough credit for this. This was good.
Right.
And then this was just, I got it, but it was sloppy. It was like that bad oversight on Michael Kors runway.
No, I didn't even get it because it looks like she was asleep on the couch and she kind of was just like, I'm cold. Let me put this on. I need to go get some more hot Cheetos, girl. Like, it's dead.
You did not bring the hot Cheetos up in this conversation.
Looks like she's walking around the house in a damn Snuggie. No. And I know because I've done shit like that too. So I'm not reading her. I walk around with a Snuggie fetching hot Cheetos.
The words I never thought would be on the show. Hot Cheetos and Snuggie.
Here's this bitch.
What is this? What is this?
She has a huge camel toe, which is why I thought I don't understand how she was able to step back and look in the mirror and be like, this is constructed well. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not the worst we've seen for construction, but the camel toe is really offensive. And
I would say it is the worst thing I've ever seen.
Really? No, I wouldn't say that because the idea is there. Shane, you're from the disco era. No, I'm just kidding. But it is.
Let me just go over my points succinctly.
Okay.
She looked like a man, number one. That's first. She looks like a man. No titties. All this padding here, giving you this Mayhem Miller booty on that tiny little body. And this this makeup looks like it's an extra in Priscilla Queen of the Desert. That saggy vagina area she's giving you. And then she had the tenacity to make bell bottoms and then put Christmas balls on them.
We'll see.
Is the worst drag queen I have ever seen in my 39 years of life.
No, if I have to be impartial, the bell bottoms with the balls in the end, at the end at the hemline is not a bad idea. Like it was creative and a good way to use them.
If they were constructed properly.
Yeah, like it's more of just a construction issue.
But she was too busy on the phone checking all her likes and all of her stuff.
No, but they snatched that phone away from you.
Feeding her ego.
No, they snatched the phone away from you on set.
Oh, I'm sorry. I remember what she was doing. It's all coming back to me. Celine Dion style, my favorite. Oh, but she was too busy getting out of everybody's business in the world.
Yeah, she was doing that.
Instead
doing that.
of
But
herself.
she could have fixed. She probably had enough time to fix the construction.
Mm.
But it's a construction issue. But I won't read the design to filth because I don't think it's that bad of a design. It's quintessential disco. We can't read disco, so I think it's like it's just a disco jumpsuit. Like we can't read it. That's what I mean. It's just made. It's made. It's made well, but hers is made poor. So
I'm gonna just end it on this because I could literally go on for hours. This is how much I hate this girl. Donna Summer rolled over in her grave a few times when this came down the runway.
Well, the gag is, would we have felt
front,
differently? Would we have felt differently? Would we have felt differently if the balls weren't falling on stage?
She is awful. I never want to see her again. I don't want to see her on All Stars. I don't want to see her live. I don't want to see her come up on my social media feed. I don't want to talk about her ever again. She is dead to me.
She's gonna be on All Stars.
Dead to me.
Oh well, actually, I don't know if she'll be on All Stars.
I hope she falls off the stage on the first episode and breaks some type of limb, and they have to send her home.
Right.
On All Stars. So I don't have.
I don't know if they'll be on All Stars.
Wretched.
Wait, hold on, 1 second.
Oh.
1 second.
Oh, she has going on. She got Uber Eats or something. Check my phone.
Ooh, excuse me, guys.
Did you have Uber Eats?
No, bitch. I had a package delivered. I forgot. We'll cut that out. We'll cut the gap out.
Mm-hmm. So where were we?
Yes.
Waiting. Okay. Oh, and
yes.
I love this. This was great. So this was really elevated. I was really feeling this.
That I like the coat, but when she took the coat off, I was like, leave it on. Leave it on, bitch.
Yeah, this could have been a little more cinched in the waist. So I definitely think
that's just a very dated, cheap cut. Looks tacky.
Right. Yeah.
No, honey. Next.
Oh.
Now this is where I need to read you to filth. How dare you even allow that to come out of your mouth? That this is acceptable when she looks like a $2 hooker.
But I have a soft spot for $2 hookers. Okay, well, now that I'm looking at it up close, I mean, I see that uneven hem, and I don't know, though. I mean, that was like the moment, you know, with Britney, with the cutoff crop top, and
I mean, I get what her reference was. I don't take away the reference. It was a good reference, but it's just, you could have improved it even more.
Yeah.
Like, she has like a couple sad little broken CDs on it. Put more CDs on it. Cover up that we can't tell it just because it looks like she cut a t-shirt and put CDs on it. So put more CDs. It's just little things that could fix it. But outside of that, though, you also needed to make the hemline longer because we're going to see a pussycat.
Story. Okay, huh? I liked this. Did you?
I did actually like this.
Okay. Well, 10s for her. Okay, so then the sync. So she did such a better job in this lip sync. So there was something up with this. They wanted this girl to stay. So, because she was better in the sync.
She slayed that lip sync.
Yeah.
She slayed it.
It was very awesome.
She slayed her.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, she did splits or whatever, but it's like they both, no, well, she did splits too. They just did, I feel like sometimes lip sync people, we're losing the point of lip syncing.
Yeah.
You are supposed to A, obviously sync with the lyrics with your mouth. But then B, it's not about stunts and shows. It's about exuding the message and the movement and the feeling of the song. And I was watching the pit stop with Raja said it, and she was talking about for the All-Stars, but she said it. She was just like, we're missing like the nuance of performing. Like she was so right. And when she said it, I was just like, that's so true. Because she was just like a simple, like over the shoulder, just kind of like that can be more impactful than doing a shablam or a split.
Remember when Carmen and Raja did that?
Yeah, they showed that up. Yeah.
And I mean, there were no stunts. There were no
exactly.
Shablam. It was just, they both had the essence of the song.
Exactly. So we're losing that. Now it's just like, how can I make RuPaul gag?
Right.
And it normally works.
That's the problem. That's the problem with the drag community right now. It's not about the show. It's about the stunts.
Right.
Okay. It's all about the likes and the social media. And
I mean, it's easy to, but the thing is, it works though.
Mm-hmm. And these girls can't even do a basic thing like walk down the runway.
That's so true. That is so true. No, that's true. That's so true. But I mean, the thing is, it works though, because RuPaul will gag at you fucking splattering paint on the wall. Because I was like, RuPaul, why did you gag from that? He was like, oh! I was just like, I mean, yes, it was impactful, but I was just like, why did you just? That's not the reaction it was supposed to be.
I love that meme. It's like one of the like cartoons, and it's like RuPaul seeing a drag queen do the splits for like 1,000 times.
Exactly. She's always just like, oh! I'm just like, RuPaul. It's cute, but it doesn't really need that reaction. Okay.
Well, let's quickly get
on episode 2.
We got a lot. Okay, I'm living for Brooklyn's outfit here. So good.
Yeah, I had to put it because I was just like, how did you feel about the kilt moment, the half kilt moment?
Oh, I love, because you know these are not fashionable. So much.
And then I said, let's do a little quick, if you can see their boy illusions, just a little, if anything stands out to you.
Girl, this Farmer John moment. Right here.
I know.
Their boy illusions never gag me. Do I have to talk about the sad ballet challenge?
I know. I put the ballet challenge just for you.
Oh, girl, these girls, no training, no sense of movement.
Well, the gag is the dance one didn't even go off. She didn't give us much. I was expecting something out of her.
It was like when they made poor Leah Michelle do ballet on Glee, and it was the worst thing I ever saw. It was like 12 of them. 12 Leah Michelles do bad ballet. So that was that. Oh yeah, Miss Alvin Ailey, yeah, she didn't give us all that training from the best school in the country. Let's not forget about that.
Okay. See, again, I don't know who the fuck that is. And that's what I mean.
I literally thought it was one of those like Instagram people you send me like all the time. I just thought it was like one of those. No. That's
what I'm saying. I feel like it's hard for them to grab celebrities from Canada.
Yeah. I love Stacey's look here. Poor Jeffrey. I don't know what he's wearing here. And then Brooklyn, I don't like when she does the Grand Dame look. It really ages her. I like when she does sexy, you know.
But she does look like a woman.
Yeah, but a 45-year-old woman living behind a gated community, reading McLean's and Flair magazine, trying to hold on to her youth.
What do you like? What do you think about Jeffrey's illusion? I'm not into it.
Oh no, it's terrible.
Yeah.
Oh. God.
Okay, so they had to do an acting challenge in front of a green screen, and I'm so sick of seeing green screens.
Oh, where do I even?
But RuPaul loves a green screen.
Now, I was like, maybe I'm just not getting this because I'm not Canadian. I don't know Heritage, the soap opera.
Right.
And then I was like, no, you guys are just terrible, terrible actors.
Yeah, the actors, they are not.
It was not funny. There was no gag. There was no stunt. There was nothing.
The only one that really slayed was the butch lesbian.
I don't even remember because I was so bored. So bored.
What's the butch lesbian's name? What's her name? I forget her name.
Can't remember.
But the French one.
Can't remember.
But yeah, other than that, like no one slayed for the acting.
So they did an interesting challenge where they had to go back to their first drag queen look.
Yeah.
And then reinvent it. I am shocked this one did not get red. She did not.
No! That looks like a more elevated version.
No, I agree with that, but she didn't tuck. You didn't.
How do you know, bitch?
That pain was out there.
Really?
Yeah.
How did you see it?
You, the bump was out there.
But it's moving away from her body.
I don't
Oh,
know.
why were you looking there, bitch? Were you looking for a Kai Kai moment?
That's
Let's see.
all. That's all I could see when she was coming down the runway was the peen.
I mean, I think she probably was just like, I don't need to tuck because it's not a tight dress.
Right.
But I guess she was wrong.
This sad garment on the right. I don't even know what to say about it. So she.
Well, I mean, she made a sad garment on the left too.
You didn't think she stepped her pussy up here?
I mean, it's better that it's the lesser of evils, but it's also like the one. It looks sad on the left too. You know, they were on Bootleg Fashion Review with Yuha. Someone said,
I mean, are you just watching that bootleg with Yuha like 24/7?
Well, I was watching it while waiting for. I was watching it earlier this morning while I was like, because I was like looking for sources to find pictures and stuff too.
Oh.
But I was watching it, but like, but also it's just nice to hear. It's nice to hear her opinion too, because it's nice to hear from a garment and like someone who actually makes clothing, that perspective too, because she actually gives a bunch of like good advice on how to like alter it and make it better. And she was like saying shit that I didn't necessarily think of too. She was saying for like the gowns, how you should put like horsehair at the bottom so it fans open bigger. So you can learn a lot from Yuha actually, because the bitch is, she's not, I wouldn't call her a designer, but she's a seamstress. No, I'm just kidding. You can call her a designer too, because she made a lot of the RuPaul's girl stuff. But no, she's not gonna be Yuha. No, Yuha's really good. She can really construct really well. But anyway, no, she really gives good advice for the garment. So that's why I watch her. But anyway, she was saying that someone said the guest was actually Sonique. And they were saying how had she put those sunflowers inside the train and then opened it up, now that would have been a cute gag.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, if she would have all the way. Oh, you're so right.
Mm-hmm. But right now it just looks like an arts and craft project. So chop.
What about her fishy moment here?
Now this, I see the connection because the original was a turtleneck with a belted thing, and now it's kind of like a more like over the top version. Yeah. But I think it's because we've seen it before. It looks kind of dated.
Yeah, it was just like the judges said it best. It was just very ill fit, very just not. It was not exciting. Not exciting.
I don't think it's necessarily like to be in the bottom.
I don't think
it's
living for this fishy moment here on the right. I cannot get over it.
Yeah, no, she's a woman there.
Oh, honey, Joyce Leslie, honey, with that. $15 Forever 21 belt. I'm loving it.
It's probably was from Forever 21.
Oh, God.
Shane, that's the signature Paris Hilton illusion. We can't read it.
I'm glad, but I love that she has this cheap wig on the right. Oh, she's a bottom feeder. She just. I love this because this is so like when May and Miller or like Kennedy like post their old photos. I love that they're always in this vein. So I love that she like.
This is definitely the more elevated version, but she doesn't need that huge necklace.
Yeah, it's kind of one or the other. I didn't understand that. So it's okay. But
it's because it's cutting off her neck, and honey, like she doesn't have like as long of a neck.
$40 synthetic wig here. Oh. Now, what about she used to be a twink? What about when she was the thin queen here?
I know.
And then she is now. I like this little outfit. I'm loving her whole look here, but that sad little waddle she gave you on the runway.
These girls don't know how to stunt. These girls don't know how to strut. These girls don't know how to slay.
You are on RuPaul's Drag Race Canada, and I don't care if it was the first episode.
But again, Shane, that's what I'm saying too. Like, I think it's a lot of the culture. I gagged when one of them had the nerve.
No. I'm not even going to indulge you in this conversation. Every drag queen in the world, from Iceland to Argentina, should be able to give you a runway walk at any age.
Not if they don't have. Yeah, you have the resource of the internet. Yes, of course, you can watch videos. But if you're not, I feel like it's like one of those things where you kind of have to practice and connect in person too. And if you don't have that many places to go, the clubbing wise, I mean, I don't know. I can't speak for Canada, and they
can learn.
Who was it when they came
into your
into
apartment to music without a YouTube video?
No, that's true. Yeah, practice. But who was it? One of them had the nerve to say that they think that the Canada queens work harder than a New York queen. I was just like, bitch, you tried it, but. But I just think but I think a lot of it is like energy too. So like yes, of course, I learned how to walk in my room and all of that. And I do. But I will say, when I have done like runway walk competitions and things like that, I slayed more when there was an audience. So you vibe off of an audience. So I think if you're not necessarily constantly doing shows, maybe we don't know if she does a lot of shows. And if you're not constantly practicing walkings in particular too, she maybe like the show she does, she probably is just lip syncing and doing a little sad number. But if your runway is kind of something you need to practice. So if she's not getting an opportunity to practice it enough and is not being seen while practicing, I feel like you aren't able to pick up whether or not your walk is strong. And yes, you practice on your own and you can tell for yourself, but I think it is a lot of it does also come from like being in a setting. And I think that helps. I don't know. What do you think?
Girl, you could practice a runway walk outside your damn apartment building. I just think there's just no excuse for that sad waddle. Even if it isn't like you're saying practicing walking, there is a confidence that you need to be on the show, and that walk does not present that confidence.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Your confidence in the walk would come from getting tens with your walk. I have confidence in my walk because a bitch knows how to walk. She's done internships where she's had to produce runway shows. She walks where she won contests. I'm confident in my walks, but it's also because I've gotten validation from my walk because I've won contests. Like I've always been seen from a walk and always gotten tens for my walk. So I feel like if she's never gotten 10, she's like, oh, I don't know if my walk's good. This is the best I think it's good. So that's what I'm saying. I think that's part of the confidence. You could think you're cute in your room walking, but if no one's confirming it, I think
I guess that's true. I guess that's true.
You know what I mean?
Maybe she did feel cute. This was the best she could do at this time.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I hope those girls take her aside and be like, girl, come on, let's work together. Oh,
right.
God. Go ahead. I'm tired of talking about her.
Well, someone said it. They said it best. They were like, your original makeup was better than the new one. And that's true. I like the original makeup more. Because she kind of just looks just purple in the second one,
boring.
The newer one.
Just boring.
But the illusion is better than the first one because they had the nerve to say the illusion was better in the first one too. I was just like, that bitch is wearing an H&M top.
Well, she loved the saggy vagina look because look at this saggy vagina here with this. I don't even know if that pant's from Forever 21. I was trying to think of like a lesser brand than that.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like
Charlotte Russe with the Charlotte Russe pant.
But they were getting into it too, because Miss Jeffrey, I was just like, "Ooh, Jeffrey, you're clocking details." Because he said when you turned around and you saw the corset and you saw the skin, I was just like, "I didn't clock that."
You know, in her opinion, she's the most perfect drag queen that's ever existed since BC times. So
I mean, I'm really critical too. I'm really critical too. If you're
going to bring all that attitude, you better bring me a goddamn look. Because if you bring me a look, I will be like, okay.
That's true.
Like
I'm critical too.
Valentina
but I thought he was a little bit reaching when he said it took away from the fantasy when we saw the skin. I think that's a minor detail. I mean, I get it. Everything should be fair, but
she's the most perfect person who ever existed. So how could she miss that detail? I mean, she sees herself in a 360-degree mirror 24/7. So how would she miss that?
That's true. That is true.
So I mean,
outside of
Valentina
that,
was very cocky, but Valentina brought a look. So, I'm just using another example. Valentina was very cocky, but Valentina brought you a look every time. This bitch don't bring shit.
But you didn't read Valentina. Valentina's actually worse than her.
I wouldn't go that far. She's the worst of all. I think she's the worst of any Drag Race, any franchise.
Valentina, this is the bitch who told RuPaul.
She's worse than Pearl.
This is the bitch that told RuPaul, I'd like to keep my mask on for a lip syncing challenge.
Well,
she has nerve, huh?
She didn't know the words.
But still, if RuPaul tells you to do something, you better fucking do it. She literally had the nerve to try it. So
you need to see her lips. Well, that was the moment.
That was a gag. Doesn't go down in history though.
Oh, this little thing on the right.
How about her Helen Bohem Carter illusion on the right?
I was really trying to think of how to describe it, and that literally, like, there's nothing more to discuss. We might as well just move on. Like, you hit it there. Like,
but is there a correlation? Is the question, and it's like the answer is no.
No.
There's no correlation.
Not at all. But this is the saddest thing I ever saw. It really is.
Oh, speaking of Helen Bohem Carter, when I tell you Rihanna has read that bitch to filth, did you ever see that?
No. What was that regarding?
Well, it was when she was in the Ocean's 13. Was it Ocean's 13? Was she in that with her? They were in a movie together. I think it was Ocean's 13. I mean, Rihanna's only ever done like 2 movies.
Yeah.
So it must have been Ocean 13. But they were talking about the Met Gala, and Helen Bonham Carter's just like, I've never been invited to the Met Gala, and Rihanna goes, it's probably because you wear things like that. But with a straight face, Helen starts gagging. Rihanna starts gagging kind of like out of obligation, but you could tell the bitch is low-key dead serious. I was gagged.
You had to send me that immediately.
Yeah, I have to send you that.
Oh. I can't believe you never sent that to me before.
I know, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Oh my God, this little look on the right. I'm actually enjoying the low budget drag looks than I am like the change. This is just, this is just like baby queen perfection.
Don't try it, bitch. I know you wore something like that.
I wouldn't wear it in that combination, but I would definitely done like a low-rise jean with that top. And then if I did like that skirt, I would wear like a tank top. But that little, this wig is not even $40 synthetic. This is $30.
It is. Well, like I said, I think when the girls get into drag for the first time, their first thought is be as slutty as possible.
Right.
That's definitely what she did.
Oh yeah, it's Halloween. Yeah, be as slutty
yeah,
as possible.
For sure.
This is interesting because it's like
I see the correlation, and it's definitely better.
Correlation, but it's interesting because this look on the right is much more harkening to older drag, and then this is almost giving you like Kelly Osbourne 2.0.
She looks like Kelly Osbourne now that you say
it. She just don't preach. I'm in
right. She's somebody who's just made like a full just change. Because remember, she used to be like that emo goth queen, fuck fashion, and now she's like the fashion, or she thinks she's the fashion guru.
Right.
And it's like girly. It's really weird how she changed. But I just wish she had pads and titties.
Now this I thought was the best like glow up. Even though this was scary and this wasn't glamorous, it was so well executed.
Yeah, it's better, and I see the correlation still. It's just definitely a more elevated
and
version.
I love when she pulled the hair off because people have done different wigs, but I don't think anybody's kind of done ponies or like.
Yeah, you're right. That is cute. That was a new take. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a cute reveal.
Okay, then the awful one and this one.
I'm gonna be honest though.
Mm-hmm.
Hayne or whatever was actually slaying. She was giving, just what we were talking about earlier, she was actually giving me the nuance that I needed, lip syncing the words, and whereas she was just kind of doing stunts and shows and dancing.
I just
honestly,
kind of one note.
If you really paid attention, huh?
These girls for these syncs, I really want to watch this show, and I really want somebody to tear the stage apart because these syncs have just been
I know
one note. So I really hope that somebody's really going to tear up this stage. So, because that's one thing I've liked about All Stars, because the lip sync assassin has really pushed the lesser one to like step it up.
True.
True. So, because these girls, it's not happening for me. So, was that it? Yeah, that was it. So, it was all right.
It was okay. I mean, for it being their first season, how about that atrocious lighting though? What is it with the first season always having atrocious lighting?
Right. Yeah, because you had texted me and you said there was Vaseline on the lens, but I think it's with the lighting.
Well, I mean, I think that was just from the clip that I saw. I saw it on when I saw it on my computer. I was like, oh, I guess it's funny because it's clear, but then it's not. It's hard to. It's like it's a clear picture, but then it's not. It's weird.
I think that they might just be doing it because what if something kind of shows and they had to blur it out and maybe it's just easier?
Well, no, because that's what I mean though. It's like it's clear in the sense that like it looked like it's actually very clear, so much to the point where like I was just like, oh, don't get that close to her. She looks atrocious. I see all her pores and shit. So it actually is very clear. But then for some reason, it doesn't look crisp. It still kind of looks, I don't know how something could be clear and not at the same time, but they managed to do that.
Right.
I don't know. It's weird. But
so we have limited access to this. We actually obtain these videos in illicit ways. So we don't know how much.
Well, actually, if you guys haven't seen it yet, I'll include the links so you guys can watch it too.
Gonna be taken down. There's our whole hour episode.
No, because it's just a link. And these are actual websites that you can go watch it. It's not like some underground shit. These are actual just like I mean, it's underground, but then at the same time, not really, because it's like you're just watching it as this TV
I
show.
was very uncomfortable watching these. I felt like the FBI.
Girl, you a little goody two shoes. That's why.
That's burst in my apartment at any time.
That's that white woman in you. That's the Karen in you.
Oh, why you gotta call me Karen?
Always scared to do something, bitch. It's just like, girl, it's just a TV show. We're watching it illegally. Oh, fucking well, bitch.
Right.
Y'all tried it by not letting us have access to it. You have us over here.
I tried to get it on iTunes. I tried to get it through legal means, but I couldn't do it. So.
Well, exactly, because it's a Canada show. So
I like to watch them in clarity. I like to get the full.
No, I know, I do too, and I would have rather watched it too. But it's just like, if we don't have that as an option, how else do you expect us to watch it? And it's their own fault too, because if you want people to review it and watch it, you need to make it access. Don't just have it on what is that channel? What is it? What's it called? Brave or something weird? I was just like, I've never even heard of that. I'm just like, honey, if you align yourselves with America, I know it's Canada, and I'm proud of it. You guys for having your show, but you need to link yourself to America too, because that's where your views are also going to come from as well, sweetie. No shade. So let us have access to it too. Don't send us on a wild goose chase. But yes,
feeling all particular types of way about that.
Well, because it took me forever to find that episode, so I was just like, oh, this is so cumbersome. I almost was just like, fuck it. But yes.
So we're gonna keep doing One Note All Stars 5, another show that's one note. And
the show that keeps on not
we're
giving.
actually going to return to our fashion roots, which we are very excited about, and we're going to review the fall 2020 couture shows, which actually I've not been this excited about stuff going on the runways in a really long time, but I really loved putting that PowerPoint together, and I really love what we are going to talk about. So
yes, we're unpacking the fashions, darling.
What are we going to do, Ronald, or what are they going to do, our viewers?
Everyone, subscribe down below.
All right, we almost got 100 subscribers. We are popular.
Yes, honey, subscribe. You better support people of color, honey. Are you racist? No, I'm just like.
All right, bye, everyone.
Bye, you guys.